story is about a mom who found out that her baby wasn't viable, and was having an immense amount of seizures inside of her body and couldn't even sustain its own life within the womb, and her baby wasn't compatible with her body. So essentially, the baby started to kill itself off. And she's struggling to get an abortion, and just imagine what would happen if the baby was to die inside her. She probably, because she can't afford to go get an abortion, she would have to go back to her doctor and probably just have anti-shock medication and then give birth to a dead baby. And it's sad.
I was very excited to have another baby. When she went to her anatomy scan at 21 weeks, she said the doctor saw red flags and referred her to a specialist. It took about 2 weeks for her to get an appointment, and when she did, she learned some upsetting news. They found out there that my baby was not coping properly and that her conditions were incompatible with life. My OB/GYN basically gave me the options of going out of state to get an abortion, inducing in the hospital there, or staying pregnant until she's either passing away inside of me or go full term. Around the same time, the fetus began having seizure-like movements that Chloe could feel. She said she only wants to do what's best for her unborn child. I wanted to end her suffering in a peaceful way, and I wanted to spend some moments with her and be able to love on her. She said her doctor was going to plan the induction in June, but she didn't hear back for a week. He needed to have it approved by the hospital board. With an induction in a non-viable pregnancy like this, the doctor stops the fetal heart and then birth is induced to deliver the fetus. As Chloe's surgery was being scheduled, the Supreme Court announced its decision overturning Roe and leaving abortion rights up to individual states. My doctor called me and he was like, "I'm so sorry, we can't induce you. Only options were to stay pregnant." The current status of abortion law in Arizona is unclear, even to legal experts. A law passed before Arizona was a state completely bans abortions and makes it a felony for providers to perform them. Since Roe, legislators have passed other laws that restrict abortion in the state. There's going to be a chilling effect on providers willing to provide care because of the fear that their actions will face prosecution. This leaves Chloe with few options. She is 26 weeks pregnant. Chloe might travel to another state to undergo an abortion, something that could cost her about $20,000, she said. She started a GoFundMe to help cover the costs. Chloe said in her original social media post that she has seen people celebrating Roe's overturn and she doesn't understand why. "I don't believe we should be celebrating taking away health care for anybody for any reason. It doesn't just affect the person who wants to get an abortion for whatever reason. It affects a lot of people, and I just don't understand how that is something to celebrate."
So essentially she has to wait until the baby is done having all the seizures, and then once the baby passes inside of her, there's literally nothing that they can do. She either has to cross state lines and pay over $20,000 to take the baby out, or she sits there and lets something rotting live inside of her. Just imagine the type of sickness she'll have holding on to a baby that isn't feasible for months. It's absolutely ridiculous. This sort of healthcare isn't just because people want to do it willy-nilly. There's actual reasons. And usually states would make exceptions, like, oh, it's to save the life of the mother. But they're trying to put her on anti-shock medication. So, me personally, I think it's just a pharmaceutical grab. They don't see as a baby that's unfeasible staying inside the mother to rot as sickening the mother for health reasons. And it's sick and it's disgusting.
I'm